اهلا بيكم في حلقه جديده من هوليوود في برنامجنا كايرو تو هوليوود على القاهره والناس. العناوين:
Stepping back into playing Neytiri.
نجوم افاتار ذا واي اوف واتر على السجادة الحمراء.
Oh, thank you. They also did their own diving.
رون هوارد في لقاء حصري 13 لايفز قصة حقيقية.
Time for some season's beatings.
Violent Night فيلم للكبار فقط.
فيلم افاتار واللي بهر العالم الجزء الاول من التقنيات اللي كانت موجوده فيه، دلوقتي عاد جيمس كاميرون من جديد عشان يعمل افاتار الجزء الثاني ذا واي اوف واتر، واللي هو اخذ 10 سنين عشان يتعمل. بس الصعوبات اللي واجهتهم ما كانتش بس صعوبات زمنيه، كانت في صعوبات مش تقنيه، كمان صعوبات ان الممثلين يتعاملوا مع الميه واللي هم قضوا وقت فيها كتير بما انه اسمه ذا واي اوف واتر. احنا رحنا نتكلم مع ابطال العمل عشان نعرف بالظبط ايه اللي حصل واهم التحديات والصعوبات اللي قابلوها عشان يعملوا افاتار 2.
Dad, I know you think I'm crazy.
Never mind those big rocks.
But I feel her. I hear her heartbeat. She's so close.
جيك سولي وني تيري بيلاقوا نفسهم مضطرين يدخلوا حرب ضد البشر علشان يحموا أسرتهم. المخرج جيمس كاميرون اتكلم مع فريق كايرو تو هوليوود عن التحديات اللي قابلته في إخراج الجزء الثاني من Avatar The Way of Water.
It was longer, it was more complicated, more characters, right? But we had a lot of new tools that made it easier in some regards. We had to figure out how to do water. You know, movie's called The Way of Water, but we had to figure out the way of water for performance capture and for CG, make it absolutely seamless.
لأي حد ممكن يفتكر إن التمثيل مهنة سهلة، شوفوا سيجورني ويفر اضطرت تعمل إيه.
And there's a lot of amazing diving, and I got to hold my breath up to 6.5 minutes.
Stepping back into playing Neytiri is something really special to me. This character is a character that I feel kindred with in so many ways. I learned so much about her. I gave so much of myself to her, so getting to revisit her, to reincarnate her, it just feels like it's a gift that keeps on giving.
I think what Jim has done with this movie, he's made this movie an experience that you're going to feel in the cinema, not just see. And, you know, to share that with your loved ones. The movie's about protecting your loved ones.
Why do you come to us? I just want to keep my family safe.
كيت وينسلت، زوي سالدانا، سام وورثينغتون ونخبة كبيرة من نجوم هوليوود هيرفعوا سقف توقعاتنا في المشاهدة. شوفوا قالوا إيه عن تجربتهم في الفيلم.
So I play the character of Ronal, and she is the female warrior leader of the Metkaina tribe. And the Metkaina are people who live on and in the water. Their life is with the water and the animals that are there as well.
The movie's heart-wrenching and powerful. You know, they use a word in the movie to describe the Awa, their deity, and they use it as they call it mighty, and I think that describes this movie.
It's an incredibly immersive experience. I would say don't even buy popcorn.
It was a joyful experience with the cast. They're just so damn good. And that feeds me as a director creatively.
You have to ride. Let's do it.
Avatar The Way of Water بيحقق أعلى إيرادات ما بين كل إنتاجات 2022. من بعد ما قفل $1 مليار إيرادات في أول أسبوعين، الفيلم بيقرب من $3 مليار خصوصاً بعد أعياد رأس السنة.
I feel very proud to be here. You know, I love the movie that we've created, and now we get to share it.
Let's get it done.
Avatar, The Way of Water.
Angels and Demons, Beautiful Minds وكمان دافنشي كود، دي حاجات من اللي قدمها المخرج العالمي صاحب الأوسكار رون هاورد. واللي هو عندنا النهارده مقابله معاه عشان نتكلم عن فيلمه الجديد اللي متاخد من قصه حقيقيه عن 13 طفل اتحبسوا في الكهف في تايلاند لمده 18 يوم. تعالوا نشوف ايه اللي حصل مع رون.
Hey, Rick. You following what's happening in Thailand? Some kids stuck in a cave. We're on the list of rescue divers.
It's just a tourist cave.
It looks easy, but when it's flooded, it's impassable.
Hi, Ron. How are you?
I'm well, thank you.
Well, it's a great honor for me to be here, and with your career and everything, congratulations on executing a beautiful and a real story. How did you come up?
Well, I remember the story as a news event, but when I read Bill Nicholson's screenplay, I was so surprised. There were so many twists and turns that I knew nothing about. I also was really moved by what I began to recognize was this international act of volunteerism and cooperation that I sort of understood, but I didn't feel it from the news story. And I knew that individual characters could really bring this to the screen for audiences so they'd really understand what this type of heroism, really looks like. And so I knew that that would be emotional. I also knew that there would be a lot of suspense and drama in understanding and shining a light on all of those individuals who engaged in this.
They're very, very dangerous.
High water level and the low visibility.
Barely shoulder wide, pulling against very strong currents.
To be honest, I got everything that you said, the suspense, the drama, the twist, everything. And I was like, I was at the edge of my seat and I loved the film.
Thank you.
The cast is fantastic.
Yeah.
How did you choose your cast?
Well, the English speakers were, actors that I'd wanted to work with before. And when I began to see that they looked a little bit like the real divers, I reached out to them. And, all my first choices said yes on this movie. It was remarkable because they just wanted to be a part of this story. Now, the Thai actors were an unknown to me. And so for me, it was great to delve into Thai television and cinema and begin to see, and meet some of these actors. Lastly, the actors who played the boys had never acted before. The boys trapped in the cave, and that's because they come from northern Thailand, where the dialect is so different that people from Bangkok can barely understand them. I knew these boys were going to have to improvise as actors because we were going to want to develop their characters. And I knew they'd need to improvise in that northern dialect. So it was important to try to get that right. So it was an amazing journey for those boys. And I think they learned a lot and grew a lot as young men.
With oxygen running low, the entire nation is anxiously waiting for what will happen next.
What are you thinking?
Just a crazy idea. But a skill none of the rest of us have.
No. It's insane. It's unethical. It's illegal.
Man's already died.
Breathe.
If we do nothing, we'll be bringing him out dead for sure.
So you are expecting casualties? Yes. I expect casualties.
The scenery and everything is beautiful, but talking again about the main actors, they both were not Englishmen, but yet again they pulled it off, and the acting was fantastic.
Oh, thank you. They also did their own diving, which was not part of the plan. I thought we would just shoot close-ups of them, and then we'd have professional divers doing that difficult work. But once they started training with the real divers, Rick Stanton and Jason Mallinson, they came to me, Vigo and Colin Farrell, and said, this is like a part of our character. It's a part of our performance. We must do it all. And so production facilitated that and made it possible. And they were able to safely do it. So I was very appreciative.
Yeah, the talent, everything created was beautifully. Thank you so much for your time and for a beautiful story, Ron. I can't tell you how much I loved it. Thank you again for your time.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thanks.
John, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. Just give me a minute, please. Okay.
We can make it.
فاتر كريسماس أو بابا نويل دايما معروف في الغرب على إنه بيحقق الأحلام أو بيجيب الهدايا، بس في فيلم فايلنت نايت الموضوع كان مختلف كليا، لدرجة إنه أول مرة يشوفوا بابا نويل عنيف ودموي للدرجة دي، وده ما كانش رأيي أنا لوحدي، حتى الممثلين وفريق العمل قالوا نفس الكلام.
I don't want to get involved. I just have a job to do. Okay, that's it. I'm just gonna take my bag. I'm just gonna scooch up that chimney.
اتعودنا من أفلام موسم الأعياد إنها بتتكلم عن لمة العيلة والمحبة والتسامح، وما فيش مانع من درس أو نصيحة للأطفال، لكن نصيحة مني ما تنخدعوش بفيلم Violent Night.
Who is he? Because he's not your typical mall Santa.
Santa, are you there? Daddy said you were very busy tonight. My name's Judy Lightstone.
هو فيلم عن الأعياد صحيح، بس مش للأطفال، وده اللي اعترف بيه صناع الفيلم.
I got the script from 87 North a little over a year ago, and they only said one thing. They said it's like Die Hard with Santa Claus. So hearing that is like, oh yeah, that sounds cool.
They told me the general idea, and it sounded so hilarious to me and really fresh and weird. And when I read it, I didn't think it could work, and I started reading it, and it just like by the end of it, I was like choked up. I thought it was really beautiful.
And this was written really well, you know. The character was really intelligent, because I think that your movie, your action flick is only as good as how intelligent your villain is. So, you know, we definitely made sure that Scrooge was super intelligent, disgruntled employee who then, you know, does a home invasion, which is very serious, actually. There's a lot of serious elements in this movie within the comedy and the action and the gore. You have $300 million in your personal vault.
هوليوود قررت تقدم لنا توليفة جديدة لأفلام الكريسماس السنة دي، وسانتا كلوز اتضح إن عنده مواهب كتير، مش بس بيوزع هدايا على الأطفال الشطار، على الأقل ده اللي هنشوفه في الفيلم.
10,000 years pass of him giving out toys, and he creates this commercialist, horrible world where kids just consume and just want more and more and more. And so he's become this fat, like saccharine dude who's created this world of greed through an action that he thought was going to create generosity.
We want this to be the type of film that after you've seen all the classical Christmas movies and the youngest kids have gone to bed, then you put on Violent Night and you have some fun.
I mean, it's a wild movie, man. It's all you could eat. It's got it all in it. Violence, gore, hilarity, really touching and moving, and great freaking action. It's a very edgy Christmas movie, and I think people appreciate that. You know, we got the ones for the kids. This ain't for the kids, and that's the one we enjoy.
Time for some season's beatings.
آراء كتير شايفة إن الفيلم بيقدم خلطة ما بين الإثارة، الأكشن والكوميديا في نفس الوقت، زي أفلام داي هارد وهوم ألون. فايلنت نايت فيلم للكبار فقط، زي ما قال طاقم العمل.
I gotta watch.
I believe in you, Santa.
Come on. Which one of you did that? Prancer? So unprofessional.
أنا عارف إن الحلقة انتهت، بس ما تقلقوش، دايما في حلقات جديدة ونجوم جديدة وفقرات جديدة. كايرو تو هوليوود على القاهرة والناس.